Hey everyone, Chris Belote here. In today's video, we're going to talk about SEO, what it is, how does it work, and an important question. These are questions that I hear all the time. In the 14 years I've been doing this, what is SEO? How does it work? And why SEO? Why should we invest the time, money, energy in something like this? So let's get started. All right. So first off, what is SEO? SEO is short for search engine optimization. The definition here is that it's the process of increasing the quality and quantity of website traffic by increasing the visibility of a website or a web page to users of a web search engine. SEO refers to the improvement of unpaid results and excludes direct traffic visitors and the purchase of paid placement. So I'm just going to highlight these two areas because they're the most important. Increasing the visibility of a website or a web page to users of a web search engine. So basically what we're trying to do in a nutshell is we're trying to get to the top of page 1 on a search engine, Google, Bing, etc. And this is just kind of saying the same thing, improvement of unpaid results. Improvement meaning getting to the top of the first page. Okay. Like I said here, we want search engine users to find us, find our website. So really with a search engine, you have unpaid placement, which is SEO or local SEO, which I'll cover here in a moment, or paid placement, which are just paid ads. So a couple of examples I've got here, this Google search I did for doctors near me. Now I've got this pulled up here, but I'm just got it zoomed out to show you. So at the very top, we have paid placements, right? Or ads. There's a little image here that says ad to show that it is an ad. And then everything below this is going to be, in this shot, is going to be unpaid placements. The map is referred to as local SEO, and then the results below the map are referred to as just regular SEO results. And if you want to look at this not zoomed in, so if I were to do the search right now, this is what it would look like, right? So we have the ad at the top, we have the local SEO results below that, and then the regular SEO results below that, okay? And then at the very bottom, you have more, typically we'll have more paid ads. So if we were to go back and look, here's another example. This search, again, this is zoomed out. I will pull it up here to show you a real view. But Lawyers Dallas, you've got paid ads at the very top. You've got the map right here with a paid ad at the top in the map, and then local SEO results below that, which are unpaid, and then the regular SEO results below that, which are also unpaid. So what this looks like is this. So you've got 3 ads, and as you can see here, there's a little ad icon, and then you have the map. This is also referred to as local SEO. You've got 1 paid result and then 3 unpaid. And then the other results below this are all unpaid, regular SEO results. So this kind of give you an idea of, can give you an idea of what SEO is and what it does. So the next question you're probably thinking is, okay, that's great. I know what SEO is now, but how does it work? 10,000 foot overview. You create a website, Google, Yahoo, Bing, etc. They will crawl your website. They will use their algorithms to determine where you rank, and then they will display your website in the results. Now, the big thing here is this: how we're determining rank. What we care about is our ranking signals, right? I mean, if we're interested in SEO, we need to know about ranking signals so we can get to the top of the first page, so we can get more traffic and ultimately grow our business or whatever we're trying to do. So before we can figure out the ranking signals, we need to know what a ranking signal is. And a ranking signal is any characteristic of a website that search engine algorithms might consider to calculate its rankings. And you may be asking, how many ranking signals are there? Now, nobody's going to know for sure because obviously Google, Bing, etc., nobody's going to disclose how their algorithm works. All we have are, SEO experts can kind of guess based on their own efforts and testing and what's worked for them and hasn't worked for them. And so most SEO experts, as of this recording, believe that there are about 200 ranking signals. Now, if you're watching this video and you don't know anything about SEO, or if you are very green or new to SEO, I don't want you to panic or worry, because not all ranking signals are weighted equally. And as I mentioned before, I've been doing this for since 2006, for about 14 years. And over the years, all with the white hat the good tactics that I've done over the years to get my customers and my own business as results, there's 5 ranking signals that I want to share with you on this video that I would consider in the top 5 amongst all of the 200. So, and these are in no particular order. So the first one I have here is quality backlinks. A backlink is where one website links to another website, right? And think of it like a digital vouch. Excuse me. So like one website is vouching for another website. Well, you can see now, a long time ago, many years ago, it was the quantity of backlinks. So whoever had the most backlinks, could show at the top of Google for whatever their search phrase was, whatever their niche was. And very quickly, Google realized that, the results that were showing at the top aren't what people wanted. So what they did over time is they revised their algorithm, and they continue to do this. But now, it's not the quantity of backlinks, it's the quality. I've got some customers that have 20 to 30 high quality backlinks, and they're at the top of Google with other companies that have hundreds and thousands. And so just know that backlinks can now negatively affect you. If you have low quality or spammy backlinks, they can affect you. Okay, beating a dead horse here, but I just want to make the point. The other thing is going to be website content quality, right? So people are searching on a search engine, Google, Bing, etc., because they're looking for something. They have an issue that they need resolved. They have a need that needs to be fulfilled. So your content needs to speak to that. Page speed. This kind of goes back to the quality here. Page speed. Nobody wants to wait. No, everybody these days is impatient. Nobody likes the little buffer, the spinning buffer thing. Nobody wants that. So having a website that loads fast is not only advantageous from an SEO perspective, but it's also advantageous from a user perspective, because nobody wants to wait. If your website loads fast, they're going to get to the content that they're looking for faster. A mobile-friendly website, this should be a no-brainer. Everybody these days is on their smartphones. I don't remember the exact statistic, but mobile searches surpassed desktop and tablet searches, I want to say a year or two ago. I don't know for sure. If you know, drop it in the comments. But having a mobile-friendly website is crucial these days to show up at the top of Google. And then the last one I have here is engagement. So if your content is engaging and people are going to your website, then that's going to help you rank really well. If you don't, if you just have a bunch of keywords, it's just a spammy website, if like say somebody goes to sees your website result at the very top for whatever they searched for, and then they immediately click out of it. Well, that's called a bounce rate. The higher your bounce rate, the more that could negatively affect your ranking and potentially drop your ranking in Google's eyes. So engagement's huge. You want people to visit your website and stay on there and engage with your content. Are they calling? Are they clicking to call you? Are they filling out a form? Are they read one? They read something on one page. Did they go to another page and read on that? How long are they on your site? All of these factor into engagement. So another question that I get asked often is, how long does it take to get to the top of the first page on Google, Bing, etc.? And really, this is a hard question to answer because every niche is different. Really, for SEO, every niche is different. And then in terms of local SEO, every niche, it depends on your niche and location. So for local SEO, for instance, if you're in a not so competitive niche in the suburbs, and let's assume the suburbs aren't as competitive as a major city, then you have probably a better chance of getting to the top faster than if you're in a highly competitive niche in a highly competitive location. For us, for local SEO, it typically takes us anywhere from 3 to 9 months to get to the top. Just again, depends on these two things. And there's a lot of search engines out there, and most people probably know this, but I wanted to put it in this video to show. There's a lot of different statistics out there on who has the most market share. Some show Google with 75%. Like this one shows Google with almost 93% market share. Look, I don't know the exact statistic here. Just know that as of this recording, Google has more market share than Bing, Yahoo, and all the others. Okay, so when I work with my customers or work on my own stuff, we do obviously set up for Bing and Yahoo. We get crawled for these two sites, but our main focus is with Google, right? For local SEO and SEO. And Google's mission statement really kind of shows what's important with SEO. If you look at their mission statement, is to organize the world's information and make it universally accessible and useful. Okay, so the big thing here is if you get to the top in Google by, let's just say, spammy techniques, but your content is not useful to the searchers, well, the way Google's algorithms are these days, you're eventually not going to stay at the top. They're looking to put searchers in front of the content they're looking for that gets them what they need. Okay, so the last question that I get in regard to SEO quite often is why SEO? Why should I invest my time, energy, or money in this? There's so many other things I can do with marketing. I could do flyers, or I can do a billboard, or I can do all these other things. Why SEO? Why should I look at this? And ultimately, it's to grow your business, right? Excuse me. I mean, that's the reason that we do any form of marketing, is to bring more traffic in, convert the traffic, and then we look at the economics to see, did it make sense? I mean, did we put in $1 and get out 2 or more? Okay, great. Let's grow and scale. Did we put in $1 and get out 1 or less? Then, okay, hold on. Let's try something else. So in the 14 years I've been doing this, I just wanted to highlight a few companies I've worked with, how significant SEO has played a factor in this. The first one here is this particular company I worked with in 6 years. We grew from, this was 2006 to 2012. We grew from 20,000 a month to $1 million a month. And most of our revenue here was accounted from by SEO. We did use Google Ads. And of course, we did have word of mouth referrals. But most of this volume came from SEO. It's crazy. The next one here is another company that I'm involved with, and when I met them in 2017, they were doing about 400 to 600K a year, but in 2017 they did 600K. Well, after working with them for a little bit, in 2018 we did 1.5 million, and we're now in 2019, we're doing even more than that, and 2020 is looking to be even better. All we do for them is local SEO and SEO. We're doing very little retargeting ads right now, which I can discuss in a different video, but we're not even doing paid ads in Google. This is just from local SEO. And to give you another idea on this one, in terms of leads, they didn't know for sure, but they were thinking they were getting about 20 to 30 leads a month before I came on. And now we're getting anywhere from 80 to 120 qualified leads a month. Isn't that crazy? Another company I'm involved with, they went from nothing, startup, 0 to 500,000 in 5 months. And that was from April to September of 2019. And then the last one here is another company, again, that I work with that they started, I guess, back in 2015. And they went from nothing again to they do a consistent 6 figures every year. And the key thing here is autopilot. They have leads coming in every month on autopilot because of SEO, because of the SEO efforts that have been done and we continue to do. Okay, so this is just kind of an idea to show you how important SEO can be for your business. There's another thing, right? So we talked about ultimately to grow your business. The other thing here, why SEO, is that there's intent. When you look at marketing, you've got two types of marketing. You have intent-based marketing, also known as inbound marketing, and then you have interruption marketing. And SEO, of course, falls under intent-based marketing because people are actively looking for your product, service, help, whatever it is, they're actively looking for it. There's intent. When you look at a sales funnel, top to bottom, at the very top you have a stranger, and at the bottom you have a customer. Of course, you have a larger audience at the top and a smaller audience at the bottom. Now, if you were to kind of put intent-based marketing and interruption marketing in this sales funnel, and this isn't for every scenario, but most of the scenarios that I've been involved with and seen, you're going to see interruption marketing more at the top. So, and then intent-based marketing more at the bottom. So let's say, for instance, and what is interruption marketing, right? I didn't even highlight that. Interruption marketing could be Facebook ads, right? You're scrolling through your news feed, looking at what your family and friends are doing, and then all of a sudden, boom, you see an ad that there was no intent, you weren't looking for it. It hit you cold. That's interruption marketing. A billboard on the highway, interruption marketing. A radio ad, interruption marketing. Ads when you're watching your favorite TV shows, interruption marketing. So the thing with interruption is it's a larger audience, so you get to be in front of a larger audience, but you're trying to bring awareness to somebody cold, or you're trying to invoke some interest in somebody cold. With intent-based marketing, there's already a desire there. And of course, the hope is that they take an action. They call you, they fill out a contact form to get more information or to schedule a visit or whatever it is, right? And so an example that I could give you is, let's say if you're doing SEO and local SEO, let's say you're a chiropractor in Dallas. Well, if somebody's, if we have the population of Dallas up here, which I don't even know what that is. All right, 1.3 million people, right? So if you've got 1.3 million people up here, and let's just say 100 of those people a month, their back is killing them, and they have a desire, they want to contact a chiropractor. Well, if they do a Google search in Dallas for chiropractors near me, or best chiropractors in Dallas, or some search like that, and you show up, well, and they take an action, you can potentially get a customer. And so that's where you kind of see the larger audience to smaller audience. So I've talked about, why SEO, why local SEO. Well, obviously I've already talked about leads and opportunities. Another reason for why you should look into invest in SEO or local SEO is it can increase the value of your company. When you have leads coming in on autopilot, if somebody, if you're looking to get a valuation on your company, that's a huge asset. Or if you are looking to sell franchises to franchisees, well, if a franchisee is looking at you and some other businesses, if you can say, look, I can provide leads in your area, or we can set up SEO to get leads on autopilot, that's a strong value add for somebody that's looking to potentially become a franchisee of your company. Trust and authority. If you're showing at the top of Google and somebody's reading your content, that it puts you in a position of an authority, kind of like a doctor has a doctor jacket, right? Or a professor in a college. They are in that position of trust and authority, and it's kind of the same thing when you show at the top of Google. Social proof is, I use this more so for local SEO, and I actually have a search that I did here locally to show this point. So social proof is huge for online marketing, offline, anything. Now, I did the search here for foundation repair, right? So at the top, we've got the paid placement, the paid ads, right? We've got local SEO here in the middle, the unpaid results. Well, this one's paid, but these are unpaid. And then we have regular SEO results. But here's my point. The thing I want to point out with social proof. If you were to do this search and you wanted to, who's the first company that you think that you would call? You've got TextPro, 4 out of 5 stars, 26 people. Shibely, 4.4 out of 5 from 7. Fortress, 4.9 out of 5 from 146. Williamson, 4.8 out of 5 from 22. I'm calling Fortress. If they answer the phone and they get somebody out to my house and they have a good solution to offer, I mean, they're getting my first call. That's huge. Cost effective. Now, in terms of SEO, if whether you do it yourself or you pay someone to do it, you're going to have to pay. You're paying somewhere. You're paying with your time or your money. When I say that it's cost effective here, the main thing that I mean is that when you look at SEO, this kind of covers number 6 as well. But when you look at it from a long-term perspective, once you get to the top and you continuously work on SEO, it can continue to bring you leads for months and months to come. And so it's a really good long-term strategy. And here's a good comparison. Let's say that you invest in SEO over 12 months and you get to the top of Google in those 12 months. Well, you can continue to invest in it. But let's say you do the same thing with a billboard. Well, when you stop using a billboard, you stop being put in front of those people. And not to mention, a billboard is also interruption advertising or interruption marketing, where SEO, it's intent. People are looking for you. So it's, where you may pay in time or money for SEO efforts, the results or what you can gain from it are amplified. Whereas, like with a billboard where you're paying $1,500, $2,000 a month and you're locked into a 6-month or a 12-month agreement. And then after that, it's gone, not with SEO. And that kind of touches on the long-term strategy. Excuse me. So I have an analogy that I like to use for SEO, and this is kind of wrapping it up here. And the analogy is working out and eating right? Everybody knows that if they want to be in shape or they want to be more physically fit, that they need to eat better and do some type of physical activity or workout, right? It's a no-brainer. Well, SEO, I look at SEO as working out, but for your website, right? It's not something that's going to happen overnight. Like I mentioned before with local SEO, it takes us anywhere from 3 to 9 months in most cases to get to the top. Well, think about it like when you eat right and go to the gym. If you eat one healthy meal and go to the gym for one day or a few days, you're not going to see results. But if you eat right for, let's say, 8 months straight and you go to the gym for 8 months straight, if you look at, do your measurements or look at a before and after picture from when you started to now, you're going to see a difference. It's the same thing with SEO. Okay, guys, if you have questions or you want to see other videos like this, just drop a comment below this video and I'll be reading every comment and responding. But also like this video if you enjoyed it, and subscribe. If you're on YouTube, subscribe to my channel and click the notification bell so you'll be alerted anytime I put out more content. And we'll see you on the next video. All right, thanks.